morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Let's see, today we're going to discuss a few things that Spirit has pointed in our direction. I did a brief meditation this morning and pulled some cards. And so far, I'm only seeing a little bit of a theme here, but maybe as we read and get to know what their messages are, we can see what the overall theme is and see how we could apply it to our lives today or in the future. My intention today is for these messages to be heard by those who need to hear them. I know for me, on this journey, I need daily reminders to assist me in kind of rewiring my brain and unlearning all of those programs that no longer served me and no longer serve me. You know, we have to go about our daily lives and participate in a harsh world. You know, it's very loving and kind, and there's also a lot of contrast, and in order to sift through it gracefully, it really helps having some words of advice from Spirit, from ascended masters, from teachers, just a little bit of guidance and inspiration to help us on our journey. Anywho, the first card out was the Lovers. So I'm going to go ahead and, I know this is backwards, but I am keeping it like that for now. Who likes messing with settings, right? Guided Tarot for Seamless Readings by Stephanie Caponi. I really love the layout of this book. It's really helped me get to know tarot. And although we are to interpret tarot cards, you know, how we would like as we do readings, I think it's always good to get back to the basics of what they're here to teach us. And yeah, so I like to start from there, and then we can interpret it however we would like as to how it applies into our life, perhaps right now or in the future or in the past. So the Lovers, numerology is number 6, harmony, reciprocity, and mirror image. Upright meaning is relationship and alignment. The Lovers stand together in harmony, the balance of masculine and feminine with nothing to hide. Every choice they make is in alignment with love. The Lovers card signifies an opportunity to connect in relationships that support your happiest, healthiest, best self. The imagery shows a man and a woman standing naked in a garden between the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. The snake represents the temptation to indulge in earthly pleasures, while the angel encourages the couple to choose divine love over succumbing to instant gratification. Desire for pleasure is balanced by vulnerability and trust, since both exist within a harmonious relationship. In a general reading, you always have the choice to align with divine love by balancing masculine and feminine energy within yourself, and you can strive to ensure that this balance is reflecting in your relationships. Choosing relationships with mutual respect and healthy communication will lead you to the highest expression of love you seek. With love and relationships, romantic connection is available, or an opportunity for love is near or already in front of you. Use your values to guide your relationship choices. This card may signify an important relationship or soulmate in your life, or one that is about to enter your life. With regards to career and money, there may be romance in the workplace, or you may be working with your romantic partner. It may also mean aligning with a beneficial business partner or coworker. You could also be making money in alignment with what you love. Personal and spiritual meanings. This card serves as a reminder to choose divine love over instant gratification, and that balancing masculine and feminine energies within yourself attract the right relationships to you. How we can reflect on this card. If the Lovers were having a conversation, what would they be saying to one another? I don't know, like, should we go left or right? You know, I just thought of this right now as I was reading how we always come to a cross point or choice point, crossroads or choice point, and it does seem like sometimes there's an easier route and then there's the right route. So I don't know, that just kind of came up and made me think about how soon I've been told or kind of guided, not told, but yeah, like kind of had a heads up that there's going to be, you know, a path of temptation, which may or may not work out. It's like the path that's easier, but then there's the road that's a little more challenging, but the rewards are so much more abundant. And so to really follow my intuition and what, you know, my purpose is, what's in alignment with my soul, you know. Okay, let's move on. The second card that came out was Self-Esteem by Guardian Angel Michael. And that's number 16 in this Ask Your Guides Oracle Cards deck by Sonia Choquette. You may feel like an odd man out right now, as others may not fully appreciate or support your ideas and perspectives. In fact, you might be feeling discounted altogether. Fortunately, the guardian angel Michael is present to help you remain grounded and centered, even in such times of being challenged or misunderstood. He counsels you to remain true to yourself and steadfast in your convictions, even if they aren't shared by those around you. Yes, it can be scary to go against the crowd and stand up for what you believe in, especially when it's unpopular or possibly ahead of its time. But Michael stands by you and reminds you that this is part of becoming a spiritually mature soul. He helps you ignore popular opinion and stay true to your heart. Don't seek approval or doubt yourself when you don't receive it. Instead, Michael encourages you to stand in your full spiritual adulthood and claim your self-esteem by trusting what you feel and believe in. Do not abandon yourself to win approval in the moment. And don't be afraid to take a stand. After all, this is how you'll become the true leader of your own life. Well, I like how these both were speaking to making choices based on your alignment. And oddly enough, this next one is number 17, Competition by the Warrior Guides. It's only odd because it's 16 and then 17 and I pulled them at random. So anyway, Competition from the Warrior Guides. This is a time of conflict and challenge, pure and simple. No matter how you look at it, confrontation and discord are on the horizon. Others don't agree with you or see your perspective, and they don't intend to cooperate with you in any way. This could surface in such serious ways as legal battles, divorce proceedings, and contract negotiations, or it could just be an impasse with a spouse over a raised toilet seat. Whatever the issue, there's no immediate or easy resolution. You've attracted a worthy opponent, so prepare to go the distance. This is not to assume, however, that such combative scenarios are always a bad thing. Your warrior guides are present to enlighten you about the benefits of sparring with others. Competition brings out your best and unleashes your passion and commitment in what you believe in. It develops your strength and prevents you from being victimized or manipulated by others, and it teaches you the need to respect others too, and not mindlessly impose your will on them. Your warrior guides suggest that when you do battle with others, it's best to fight fairly and learn from the conflict. Don't compete just to let off steam. Fight for progress and higher understanding for all concerned rather than just being difficult to get your own way. Hidden within the drama of battle and competition are the seeds of true understanding and compassion. The best spiritual warriors always strive for a win-win outcome. Your warrior guides suggest that you embrace the battles at hand to fight your strength and reach for growth. To find your strength and reach for growth. Fight the good fight with your adversaries, but pray for divine justice to prevail. not just for your personal version of justice. Their message: fight fair, but concede when you are in the wrong. True. That's a hard time when you're in a conflict and then in the middle of the argument you realize that they are right and you see their point and you're like, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I must concede. Okay, the Death card came out. And I do believe it's a time of transformation. It is right after the new year into 2022. And yeah, I'm feeling transformation is, it's time. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Death is an illusion. It's the fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited that body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change. Because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. Yeah. Endings are merely beginnings. Time to evolve and expand. Okay, now that brings us to honesty. I guess that kind of goes with competition. It's good to be honest with yourself and stand your ground, but then also be honest as far as, if your opponent is right. You're like, well, honesty's always good, but most importantly, that darn ring, honest with ourselves. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Being truthful with others is a slippery business. You are expected to tell and expect to be told white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. No one can tell you definitively in what circumstances are untruth would be better, but honesty is usually the best policy. You and only you know in your heart when the right time is to be totally honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when you are addressing yourself. You must at all times present yourself authentically to those around you. Only by being yourself do you draw in the people and circumstances that you most need to learn from. That's true. Being honest with yourself is most important because you need a starting off point, Speak with conviction and know that you've had time to really consider. Okay, we're going to go into Moonology with new moon in Scorpio. I don't know when that is exactly. I need one of those calendars. I don't have that yet. So new moon in Scorpio is saying to go deeper. Challenge accepted. You're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. You've moved through your fears and can now see where the issue has come from. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's time for you to face your darkest concerns and go deeper. Your situation may need to crumble before it can be renewed. Magic is called for. It's crucial to stay strong now. Sexually, it's time to reach for true communion with your partner. Financially, this is a blessed time to work with someone on a joint venture. It's time to release a grudge. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to sex, money, or an obsession you've been grappling with. Manifest mindset. Know that you are magic. Clear out negativity to supercharge your manifesting powers. Manifesting tips for cutting through fears. Call on Archangel Jeremiah, the angel who helps us to review our lives. Channel the energy of Pluto, the planet that guides the sign of Scorpio and likes to go under the radar. Light a candle and ask Archangel Jeremiah to help you see whatever you need to acknowledge and break through in your life right now. Your manifestation affirmation. Life goes in cycles, and my life is now regenerating. Ooh, I like this. I do see how some of this is tying together. You know, this is about being true to ourselves during a transformation. This is all about truth so far and looking deep down into our subconscious or into the shadows and letting our personal truth rise to the surface. Okay, so this is from Archetypes by Kim Krans, the Wild Unknown series. And it's this fun little cat. Archetype is the comic. The comic carries a remedy for all that ails this world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius. As humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama, the comic sees and accepts the messiness of life, using it as material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world, one pun at a time. I love that. Especially because that's how I see Mr. Can you see it? Mr. Charlie Chaplin. You know, in times of war and despair and the Great Depression, he really, really helped people all over the world get a little chuckle, you know. Laughter really is one of the best medicines to brighten the spirit. Okay. We got the moon. I'm definitely seeing a theme here. This is from the Lightseers deck. Very popular deck. And I'm going to read straight from the Guidebook. Why not? Number 18. So this is funny too. I'm seeing 16, 17, and 18 here. What are the chances of that? Is there a number? So I gotta look back at these numbers. Okay. For the Lightseer, illusions, hidden truths, the unknown, trusting your intuition, facing your fears, the watery nature of the unconscious mind, mystery, symbolism, and metaphor, perception, uncertainty, and dreams. Yeah, we're definitely talking about, you know, hidden truths, trusting your intuition, facing fears. Okay, for the Shadow Seer, so if this was in reverse, fears that block you, difficulty separating reality and illusion, linear thinking, inability to process a spiritual and mystical experience, mental confusion, misinterpretation, anxiety, or fear. When we're faced with uncertainty and illusion, it can feel like we are drowning. Trust that you will be okay, even if you can't seem to distinguish up from down right now. When you stop struggling to see that which you simply cannot see because it remains obscured behind shadows of the moonlight, you will experience a deep release that will allow you to float to the surface of your truth. The moon card asks you to go within, find comfort in the darkness, and to calmly listen to the whispers of your own intuition. There is divinity and magic here. When you fall into the moon's still waters, your inner wisdom will embrace you and push you toward the light. She will reinvigorate your creativity and resurrect your spark as long as you go beyond your own fears to find her. Dive into her healing embrace, breathe past insecurities, and let her dimly lit magic guide you home. An affirmation here, it looks like. I am safe and I reach new levels of unconscious knowing as I surrender to the will of the universe. Heck yeah, that's awesome. And that brings us to the dolphin, number 40. And this is from the medicine cards. Let's see. It's by Jamie Sams and David Carson. Illustrations by Angela Warnick. The discovery of power through the ways of animals. This has become one of my new favorite decks. I got it from a Native American gift shop. Okay. Dolphin, breathe with me. Breath of the divine, manna of the universe, in oneness we entwine. Dolphin speaks to us of the breath of life, the only thing that humans cannot go without for more than a few minutes. We can live without water and food for days, but oxygen is the source of our sustenance. Within the breath, we encounter the rhythm of energy that all life emits. In changing the rate or rhythmic texture of our breath, we can tap into any other life form or creature. This is a very easy way to connect with divine energy coming from Great Spirit, as well as with your own personal rhythms. Dolphin is the keeper of the sacred breath of life and teaches us how to release emotions through dolphin breath. Dolphin creates rhythm, swimming through the water and breathing before submerging, then holding its breath for the duration of underwater travel. As dolphin comes above water again, it blows its breath out in a manner resembling the popping up of a cork. We can use this same technique to pull the stopper on our tensions and create total relaxation. This is a good exercise to use before entering the silence. Mana is life force. Mana is present in every atom and is Great Spirit's essence. Dolphin teaches us how to use life mana through our breath. It revitalizes each cell and organ and breaks the limits of dimensions and of physical reality so that we may enter the dream time. Dolphin was traveling the oceans one day as Grandmother Moon was weaving the patterns of the tides. Grandmother Moon asked Dolphin to learn her rhythms so that he could open his female side to her silvery light. Dolphin began to swim to the rhythm of her tide weaving and learned to breathe in a new way. As Dolphin continued to use this rhythm, he entered the dream time. This reality was a new and different place from the seas he had known. Dolphin came to discover underwater cities in the dream time and was given the gift of primordial tongue. This new language was the sound language that was brought by Spider from the Great Star Nation. Dolphin learned that all communication was pattern and rhythm, and that the new aspect of communication was sound. He carries this original pattern to this day. Dolphin returned to the ocean of the Great Mother and was very sad until Whale came by and told Dolphin that he could return to be a messenger of the Dreamtime dwellers any time he felt the rhythm and used the breath. Dolphin was given a new job. He became the carrier of messages of our progress. The Dreamtime dwellers were curious about the children of Earth and wanted us to grow to be at one with Great Spirit. Dolphin was to be the link. If Dolphin has appeared to you today, frothing through the waves in your spread, you are to be a link to some solution for the children of Earth. This can be a time when you are to link the Great Spirit and bring answers to your own questions or those of others. In addition, this can mean a time of communication with the rhythms of nature. You are put on notice to be mindful of your body rhythms and the patterns of energy being fed to you from Creator. Imitate dolphin and ride the waves of laughter, spreading joy in the world. Breath and experience the mana so freely given. Break existing barriers and connect to the dream time of our great star nation. Know that we are all whole in the eyes of the ever-living one. That is so cool. Okay. We're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to switch gears a little bit and read an excerpt from one of my favorite books by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. How your past becomes your future. Let's take a closer look at what happens biochemically inside your body when you think a thought or feel an emotion. When you think a thought or have a memory, a biochemical reaction begins in your brain, causing the brain to release certain chemical signals. That's how immaterial thoughts literally become matter. They become chemical messengers. These chemical signals make your body feel exactly the way you were just thinking. Once you notice you are feeling a particular way, then you generate more thoughts equal to how you're feeling. And then you release more chemicals from your brain to make you feel the way you've been thinking. For example, if you have a fearful thought, you start to feel fear. The moment you feel fear, that emotion influences you to think more fearful thoughts, and those thoughts trigger the release of even more chemicals in the brain and body that make you continue to feel more fear. The next thing you know, you get caught up in a loop where your thinking creates feeling and your feeling creates thinking. If thoughts are the vocabulary of the brain and feelings are the vocabulary of the body, and the cycle of how you think and feel becomes your state of being, then your entire state of being is in the past. When you fire and wire the same circuits in your brain over and over again because you keep thinking the same thoughts, you are hardwiring your brain into the same patterns. As a result, your brain becomes an artifact of your past thinking, and in time it becomes easier to automatically think in the same ways. At the same time, as you repeatedly feel the same emotions over and over again, since I just said emotions are the vocabulary of the body and chemical residue of past experiences, you are conditioning your body into the past. Wow. I really enjoyed that. And so we will go ahead and close out with an affirmation. And this is from Gabrielle Bernstein's Spirit Junkie deck. You know, I set an intention for these to be all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. And most of it was, but there was also a couple lessons in here that, little gentle reminders about transformation and its difficulties, and honesty in its difficulties, and looking into our shadows can be hard. And then breaking patterns, as Dr. Joe Dispenza was talking about in here. But it looks like the theme here is, at the end of the day, being true to ourselves and getting into alignment as best as we can. Because in order to help others in any way, we have to first be true to ourselves and be in alignment. So, with that said, the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world I choose to shine. Alrighty. Well, to whoever lasted this long, thank you for keeping me company, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.